meeting. Lord, prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning seeking your help in all that we do in this place this day. We just pray, Lord, that you would allow us to remain calm in this time, and that you would be with our county, be with the medical facilities as they deal with the situation, be with our first responders as well. We thank you most of all, Lord, this day for you and what you mean to us. Just be with us now. These things I ask and pray in your name. Amen.
Okay. First order of business be review the minutes, and we have minutes from a regular meeting and two emergency sessions. So we'll look at the minutes from our March 12th meeting.
At the very bottom, I have corrected the last entry at 2 p.m. Commissioner Saunders took the S off.
I would move to approve.
I'll second.
Been regularly moved to approve the March 12th minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Next will be the March 15th emergency meeting.
I'll second.
Regularly moved and approved. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And the March 17th emergency meeting. Excuse me just a second. Good morning. Yep. Okay. We're doing okay. Present. Just great day today.
The first two, March 12th and March 15th, have been approved, so you can go ahead and print them.
That was State Representative Jason Stevens checking in to see if how we were doing in Gallia County, needed anything. I told him we were coping. Okay, any action on the March 17th meeting? We had a motion.
I'd move to approve.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Give David we were unsure whether we needed to take action to post that on the door or not, so just to cover ourselves, we did. I don't know that we had to. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay,
Kim, they're all done,
on to the bills.
the journals. There are 2 step stones there.
Is that the two we,
That's the
Passed
two
over
from the
last
prior
week.
week, yes.
I'll move to approve the bills with the exception of those two step zones.
I'll second.
Just a second, I was looking for that. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried, and I'm not gonna make the mistake this time.
I'll move to approve the two Stepstone Initiative invoices.
I will second.
No, I'm staying.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Now you abstain.
And now I abstain.
One abstention.
Yep.
Transfers and appropriations, don't think we have two.
I have one.
I have one. And I need
Move to
to add-
approve it.
Did that just get added, or was that on my phone?
I'll
That
second.
was on-
All in favor signify by saying aye.
You probably didn't
Aye.
see it because there was just one. Thank you.
Animal shelter report. This time, we have 15 remaining at the shelter. And I have nothing further to add on that. Anybody? Very manageable number present. We don't have any travel. Don't think there's much traffic going on.
No, I can attest to that.
And,
I do have something from Mr. Schneider. You guys can review. And I have talked with Sherry Danes, and there will not, she said it won't affect any of our AT&T contracts by doing so.
How much does it cost?
I don't know. I was in here when he was in here the other day, and I can't remember. Didn't he say that this would be less costly? Or did he relay that? I can, he was here, and he was just saying that we didn't have to have the other. Before we had to have it, before we ended up upgrading on something.
I do know that
The
he has an
landline, I think he
antique
has
flip
already
phone
had.
as a county issued phone.
We can just
I'll-
investigate that further.
I'll stay away from this thing.
But
I might be used.
We have a price.
In your packet, Sherry did send some information on that.
All the monthly
It
prices.
is my understanding that since we've upgraded, always before, the credit cards were processed through landlines with the phone. That's no longer needed because it's through Wi-Fi, I believe. So, yeah, but we still need a phone up there. I assume you keep the same number. So I would think that that would be logical and reasonable. Now, since we're discussing that, I think we probably ought to think about fuel prices up there.
Well, I think they're pretty good shape.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't lower them, you're not gonna sell any fuel. The price of fuel is just nosediving, as you can see.
It,
And that's, gasoline's gonna hit $1 a gallon.
I'm gonna get me a bigger tank on my vehicle.
Store.
Should we allow David to?
Actually,
Oil war between the Saudis and. the
Kim
Russians.
will
Russians.
make
Some of them.
arrangements along with,
Okay.
And now the demand
well,
side.
John actually will make
Well,
arrangements
that too.
to get the phone if you guys approve of him
Demand side.
That's
upgrading.
Let's, I haven't had a chance to read through it.
I'm not asking you for a decision, I'm just,
The price
this
of
is
oil hit
what's been
$20 a
presented to me
gallon
and I
per barrel.
present it to you.
let's,
Amazing.
I think we may need to consider allowing him to lower the price.
we're talking about the phone and the gas.
Yeah, that's what they're wanting.
Yeah, we do that.
Bye-bye. Yeah,
On
the
the
gas
still-
I'm just throwing out there.
Still on this phone, we'll be eliminating the
It's a
landline.
good deal. I mean, I just would tell you, I mean, that's just technology. It's just, we spent that money.
Entertain a motion to approve him to move forward on the phone.
Yes, so
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Fuel prices, what's been our, whatever our standard margin is?
Like 50 cents a gallon markup, Harold, which is typical. But this is one of those cases where what you got on hand is gonna cost you a lot more.
Yeah, they like that one too.
That's our surrounding.
I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. Ask Dave. He needs to probably come in and talk to
We
you.
will-
everybody.
We will,
But I will tell you, you know, it's playing, you don't know how long it's gonna stay down for.
we would,
And you can't project how long this virus thing, because that's the demand side. So, I mean, it's a decision you have to decide and make, and that's why I will explain, and I don't know if you realize why our prices, not fuel, not aviation fuel prices, but our gasoline prices. People are always questioning when prices are going down, because Gallia County tends not to sell a whole lot. So why they've got whatever they've got in the tanks, they tend to hold the price up. So you always see that out there. People always say, you know, why is Gallia County prices 20 cents more or 30 cents more? In declining prices, that's typically true. Now, it works the other way. When the prices are going up, if people pay attention, many times Gallia County's prices are less than Chillicothe, because they buy fuel a lot more frequently and they adjust their prices very quickly. Now, Love's out there, they choose to play it both ways if you watch them closely. Which is, as a business person, I'd probably do the same thing if I was out there. But and if you watch, and we're right now, I saw today, we were $1.89, the lowest price that I saw coming into town today. Jackson, I think, anybody heard $1.69 or something?
when I was in Wellston last week for meetings, it was $1.82.
And I can tell you, when I went down to Tennessee last week, I saw gas prices $1.82, was the cheapest I saw down through there. But I can tell you right now, they're probably $1.59.
I seen a price, somebody, and this is has to be true, it's on Facebook. Somebody showed a photo on there, $1.69. They said it was, and it showed a Marathon. They said that was in Rio Grande. But to me, I think it was a Jackson picture or something.
But you, like I said, right now, of course, price of oil, $20 a barrel, Mr.
Karen in yet?
Yes, she's here. Are you ready for her?
Brand was
Yeah.
down to $1.70 something the other day.
Well, somebody
Just a couple of days.
showed $1.69.9 there,
Right,
Rio Grande.
the BP.
It showed it to Marathon.
Marathon station.
And you know, they probably just loaded up all loads of fuel, and it's a lot cheaper now. But, well,
There's the thing on the testing your employees for fever.
temperature,
Yeah. But most of the other counties, I've been in there reading emails, are telling them to do it, do it at home. And
well,
if it's 100.4 or above, stay home and report that back to their supervisor. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I ordered one, but how you gonna test everybody in this building with one?
I don't
They
think
all
you
come.
can mandate that.
Well, he has, so.
Well, in a
He's
health
recommended.
As a health emergency.
He said he'll shut, his tweet says he'll shut them down if we don't, that's what his tweet said.
Oh, well.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. We'll get into
Okay,
What do you have for us?
did you
that.
already
No,
show them those things?
They have those.
Except for emergency.
Okay, then John is working on that cyber security thing. People end up, a lot of them working from home. I have the March sales tax report.
Let me see it.
It's not,
Oh, it won't reflect.
it's not reflecting
We're 2
anything
months behind.
going on.
Should be, still be real good.
Well, it's actually up.
Should be.
The month was
I told you, we
The
were
what you need to,
until 3 weeks ago, we were looking for pretty good.
thing to, like Harold said, if you take that minus that, that's what is in excess of the $500,000. Or 0.5%, or 1/4%.
Harold always
I don't even know what I'm talking
confused me
about.
with all that.
Well, we had that discussion yesterday.
Yeah, well.
I was telling Karen,
You always want to confuse me
Yeah,
with
because
it.
911s is 1/4%.
if you take out the increase that we just imposed, and you go back without that, the economy up actually about 60-some thousand,
Yeah.
better than it
In
was,
3 months.
better than it was last
Like I
year.
said, up until the last
And
3 weeks.
this
we were
is
looking-
just through January, so this is before all this
Yeah, we got
madness started.
another couple months before we see what's really going on
Yeah.
now.
That's correct.
But the economy, what's strong there, it is up until now.
Our local economy is doing very well. Harold.
Yeah.
That's the way I would phrase that. And it still has pretty good potential because we've got that big gas project out there.
You can work outside,
That will
can't you?
That will buffer some.
Okay, so, the sheriff has and we did too, had a request from the John G. Black Historical Center that they were in need of 2 desk chairs, 1 small table, and a dormitory-sized refrigerator. Well, Sheriff Matt had all those things in excess that they were going to dispose of from the Work Release Center, and he's asking permission to make that donation.
Well, I would rephrase that we have those in the county,
Right.
the commissioners will
Yes,
make that.
right, and that's why, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it says that, let's see, presented the commission with an email from Sheriff Matt Champlin requesting
It would
approval.
actually been better if the John G.
Well, I've got it,
would make a request to the commissioners for this
well, she
excess.
did,
Okay,
she texted me,
what did she ask the commissioners to?
yes, she asked me if in any of our excess office supplies, if we had those things, so
I would.
I sent that out to Dana, my maintenance guys, and Matt to see if anybody had those things. The only one that had them was the sheriff.
I would rephrase that she made a request and you have found that the sheriff has those in excess, and I would entertain a motion to approve the county donating those to John G.
So we're
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right. The only other thing I have is in moving forward with our 2020 CHIP program with Benton County, we have to create a housing advisory committee that all they have to do, we send them out a survey, they fill it out, they email it back. So this is something that we can do even with all this going on. The application is due May 20th unless the state makes an
Do
extension.
you have any suggestions for the committee?
It's on your desk. I've got them all.
You asked all these folks to serve on that. I move to create that committee
I'll second.
for your recommendation.
It was on your keyboard. Now what you've done since then, I don't know.
Here, Harold, you wanna look at mine?
Your stack, Harold, at the very bottom after you finished with the,
I'll find it, but that's okay.
I
All in favor,
can
signify
name-
by saying aye.
I can name them all.
yeah, it's all in order of.
Opposed, same sign.
There's me as the representative for the commissioner's office. Metropolitan Housing Authority, Andrew Cott, the director, me as the fair housing representative for Gallia County, Melissa as the community development, economic development representative, Christy Bowman from the Area Agency on Aging District 7, Heather Hall from the Regional Homeless Planning Committee, Melinda Kingery for Gallia County DD, Chelsea Gill as the Substance Abuse Counseling Agency at Hopewell Health Centers, Dana Glassburn as the Job and Family Services Agency rep, John Thomas as the Veteran Service Commission rep, Robin Harris as the Gallia Jackson Meigs Alcohol, Drug Addiction, Mental Health Board rep, Roman Wood as a local realtor, and we used her before and she said she'd do it again. John McCain with the Health Department, Greg Phillips as a local private lender representative with OVB. We used to use Patty Hackney and she retired, so they gave me a name of somebody else. And Tom Mollahan, charitable organization Stepstone Initiatives. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Anything else?
I thought you already had that in
Well,
front of
that-
He
us.
does. He's probably in the trash can already.
I don't see it.
Oh,
All right. So who moved? David?
Brent, or, yeah,
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
that.
Mr. Saunders second.
Huh?
Oliver is confirmed.
There's no place for
down at the bottom there.
We have a few minutes, Mr. President.
Yes, we do.
Mr. Saunders, you got all those.
You must not have copied it all. Cause that's something else.
yeah, I don't know where this comes from.
Why is it like this? Here it is, right there.
I don't know. I have a new screen. This is a new thing today.
Well, you can make it a
Just
single
one
screen.
here. Okay, that's
Go
two.
to,
That's three. That's what it is.
there's a layout, you can probably change that.
Oh,
So it
Anything
must go
shaky
there.
going on, Dean?
It goes do.
No,
I know.
minus the initial flood of
I was
closure.
gonna say it was in there.
Things like that.
How
and
weird
then
is that?
real
'Cause I
quiet.
kept looking
Man, I
at
slept
it.
like a log. I'm still
I
having
bet you can go to layout.
And it was
change-
pouring the rain when
I
about,
think I'll be all right
I
now
don't know,
that
10:30 or 11 when I went to bed.
No, it goes that way.
Yeah, and I knew that. I just used to going
I didn't-
straight down.
We had road closures last night.
Listen,
Right.
we're gonna have to get used to not walking in front of this, cause I come out there and walked right.
Dean,
I have to get used to going that way.
what we have here, we set up, we're live streaming
come here.
on YouTube.
We're testing
We're,
it
we're
today.
we're in the test mode today,
Okay.
but it won't have, it just is able to show us as though
And people will be able to see it and hear it.
and
They just won't be able to,
interact.
yeah.
Okay.
Now by ORC, it states that they only have to be able to see our
See
meeting,
and hear. Well,
The
they
audio-
really, they only have to be able to hear it.
the audio.
Okay.
And what we're preparing for, should we in next week, the week after, get to where we can't even meet as a group,
Mhm.
we are sheltered at home or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yost, Attorney General,
Mhm.
has given direction that we, and our local prosecutor, we talked with, we would be able to hold a meeting by telephone, put it on the conference call,
Mhm.
as long as we have a quorum. And if someone would hang up.
And as long as this can
And-
pick that
And
up.
as long as, and so this is just showing that to comply with the open meeting sunshine law.
Mhm.
And so we're just trying to look ahead a little bit here so that we can keep the county functioning should we end up with some possible lockdown, everybody at home
Sure.
and
Yeah, because if we don't meet and approve bills, they can't pay bills, which means how are we gonna buy fuel for the emergency services?
Right.
You know, everything they need.
Is there a way that we could potentially dial in if we have questions about anything?
we might have to. That's all them
I
road-
mean, you could
road
always call the
contracts.
office. That'd be the only way to.
These.
Townships
the-
and-
Then we
And then
have
we could just do like a speakerphone or something.
another
Yeah,
event.
'cause we
We
got,
got,
we got
speaker.
phones. We got one there. We could bring more in here. We get longer cords.
Okay.
the, well, this one right here, we could all come into that one phone.
I
Dial in,
don't
get
know.
it.
I can call each of you and conference you in,
Yes.
but I don't know how anybody calling in could get into that conference. I don't think that's possible. I can initiate the
We
conference
probably
call
have to
from here.
establish some kind of a number like we do these, like we're doing at the state, they get those conference
Mhm.
calls and you call in and you're on mute and you can
Yeah.
unmute on star
We'll
2
have
or something. I don't know that,
You'll
but
have to
we're
figure that out with
We're-
John.
positioning ourselves to be able to function even if we're not allowed to be in person.
Right. Right.
And you would be able to go to YouTube and sit in your office and lights.
Sure, sure.
Listen to us.
I understand that totally. I was just
Okay.
my only question was just
How do
how do I
I ask
ask
the
questions,
questions?
basically.
Yeah, well, we haven't got there yet. Dan.
We're going one step at a time.
Yep,
This was
yep.
step one.
Yep.
And that's just a test that they're running this morning. With,
Overall, it looks like
Looks good, doesn't it?
it's pretty functional.
Yeah.
At first, when you set up that the stand, I'm like, "Where's the camera?" Oh, it's that little thing on.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, it is absolutely. I mean, your stand equipment's bigger than your camera.
Exactly.
just-
Well, I asked if
Run
they
a-
set it up
run a
here, but
test
it's
then.
got cords that,
we could end up
you know, gotta connect to the
So is it
computer.
behind to
visible
our
right now?
homes.
So
Is
for
it,
now,
is it working
I-
right now?
what I told
We
them,
are-
I've got
I
a
mean, we
little
would be
tripod,
Yeah, we'd be
one of
exempt.
those that you can like wrap around something, you know what I'm talking about?
They're not
So
gonna
I
keep
need
you
to
in
dig
the
that, I
house.
meant to do that last night, but
We're about impossible.
I've been doing
I understand
email
now,
until
we couldn't
almost
come down and
midnight
say,
every
do it.
day.
I
know.
know.
Well, you didn't do
88
anything last week.
counties, the CCAO,
So you should have done this last week when I was out there.
everywhere is just bombarding.
Yeah,
Well,
you could've did-
last
Yeah.
week, last week we didn't.
Actually,
have-
they just purchased us yesterday.
You don't know what.
We don't know if you got back.
Thank
I
God
noticed
for
that
my other
vacant
county
chair on the front page
administrators
last
all
week, too.
sharing
I'm sure
what they're doing
I did
and
call
we
it. I
can
texted Dean.
gleam
I
off of
just
each other
envisioned that's
because,
exactly what was
you
going
know,
on.
we don't know what we're, I mean, how do you know? You've never done anything like
I
this.
said, no, I hate
Totally new waters.
I've never seen society
Yeah.
You've seen
like this before.
No.
I've
Didn't
sent,
want- didn't want to-
I've shared all
didn't
my
want to, yeah.
stuff and had numerous ones email back and said, oh,
Adrian.
He
which
toured the
picture is the
condo
best? And
building
I'm
with
like, well,
Tom.
I just took what I actually
You-
used,
You've got another
a
option.
couple of
If
close
you're using that
counties,
building.
Fairfield,
Incorporating
I
it
don't
into
remember
the
the name of the
construction.
other one.
That's exactly what he needs to do.
And, or the guy's name,
Putting the
no, it was Green County, Huddle.
Administrative part.
administrative.
Utilizing that building.
And just merged.
Well, and that's what we need to
Stuff
talk
that we
about.
got from the
CCA. We
CCA.
got a meeting.
Gave half of it for that, half
That's
of it to me, and we both wrote
I've got
something,
a
and then we merged
Conference
them.
call.
You can't beat it.
Cause I'm like, ooh, I didn't
I
have
got a
that.
conference
Ooh, I
call.
like
This is what the
that.
budget was come in.
I can't be on your, what
And you
you're
know,
talking
it's
about. I
a
know
unique
that, but I'm gonna
situation
be,
because we
here,
don't
instead of
have
going
all
to
the
solid waste,
technologies
I've got it set
that
up
a
in a
bigger
conference
county
call.
has.
We need to have
You know,
some
there's things
strategy
like this
planning
that
here.
we've never done that before.
I
We've never
always-
had to.
Here's the
I talked to
nothing pops up near us.
Jack.
Yeah,
Saw it
exactly.
this week. He has ironed out the issues with brain.
Trying to social distancing.
I've seen that they're,
But,
Do you like that?
I
I
asked
see
him.
you sitting back.
Yeah.
And I,
I always sit back here.
One forward plan, except the jail part would be a story and a half.
with,
no, I don't want,
I'm not sure. The other was a 2-floor.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, the 2.5.
Well,
Well,
we have to decide, and we're gonna have to decide here in the next month, I think. We've got several issues to look at. We have financial issues to look at. Hopefully in a month, we'll have an idea how long this thing's gonna last and the impact. I would mention, even though Gallia County, I think and hope that we won't be impacted greatly with this thing, or as great as some of the others. You have to realize the country and the state's going to be impacted. And unfortunately, when the state gets impacted, they tend to cut our funding source.
well, they
They never have refurbished or replenished what they cut in 2010, but there's still some money that flows from them that they decide not to send anymore. That's one issue.
They do have
And I would.
a monstrous rainy day fund to take
Yeah,
from.
that's-
I mean, it won't come to us, but it'll help offset.
I'd just mention this defense of the indigent. They just
Yeah,
put a
that's
little money out there.
That's
Wait and watch, see how quick they start cutting that.
Then by the,
Soil and Water says, our board is adopting similar precautions as the county. We're locking our door and have postage signage on how to contact us and set up appointments. We are all here, still conducting business as normal as can be. Our board is going to revisit this in 2 weeks or as things develop.
did I miss another?
It may escalate to rotating shift work or closure if it comes down from above.
Can't sign your name, Harold.
So,
Let's try that.
Speaking of
That's
signing, I have several contracts. I have a couple small ones here. Can we take care of those? This is from the engineer's office. Road use, repair, and maintenance.
This
It's
is
an
the Columbia
agreement, an
Gas.
addendum. They've already had one
Transmission.
request. This will be the second to add a additional road, CH&D.
This is that Columbia Gas transmission. And request number 2 for addendums, been signed by prosecutor, the engineer, and a guy named Tim Irons, and Andrew Gregg, Columbia Gas.
Dean, are you familiar with this project? Because I'd like to see you put something in the paper. You know what's going on out there?
Most I've heard is that they're talking about running a natural gas line through Wayne. And that's about the extent of it. I haven't seen any.
This is a replacement project
Okay.
for an existing gas line that does run through Greenfield Township in Gallia County.
Okay.
But it's much longer and much bigger than that. And it's, I don't know, Harold, is it several hundred miles? But anyhow, it's called the Columbia Gas Pipeline, which if you drive out, and you'll see it along 35, that gas line goes somewhere right around their county highway department building. I mean, you're going to start to see, and it's a replacement of an existing line and an enlargement of that line, I think is the right way. But they came to us a year and a half ago when we first started hearing about it. They mentioned it as a piece of information. They have been going through the permitting process for that for probably 2 years. That final permit, from what I remember, was finally granted in December. Yes, it's going through Wayne National Forest, but not totally. I mean, there's much more involved. It's about 6 miles. It's almost a north-south line in Greenfield Township in Gallia County. But that being said, there's a huge, and I think this might as well, and I'd like for you to even put that out there because I've had so many people asking, lay down their staging area in the county of Briar Grant, which everybody keeps asking. I don't know if they've asked.
Where exactly is the staging area?
On Pleasant Valley Road. Okay.
Just go over
Do you know where the new
overpass.
drinks that used to be the
Yeah.
White House?
Yeah.
They're right behind there.
Okay.
You can see it when you're getting on the interstate and all the.
They're storing the equipment there. My understanding is they're storing pipeline.
Right. And you
It's
said it was a
huge
Columbia
fuel
Gas
farm.
project?
Pardon?
It was a Columbia Gas project?
Well, it's called TransCanada.
TransCanada.
And you'll see it, the people, and you'll see the trucks driving around. They aren't, they're subcontractors or contractors. You won't identify them by that. But that's what it is. And it's very large.
Entertain a motion to approve addendum 2.
So
What we're doing, I'll second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 This company, they're
something else
getting a
there.
bond in case they damage the road.
Salt contract.
county road,
There's 2
and they would
places
be
to sign,
liable
please.
to pay to repair them if they don't repair them. That's what this is.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see, it'd be good news for people too.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people.
One, you're
out there
giving them
asking.
the authority. The second one,
but
I
this-
guess, is
and-
signing the.
It's true, they're going through Wayne National Forest. They are actually the one that held this project up because there were some areas that were being impacted that they wanted to make sure that were addressed.
Right.
There's a bat.
That's the vegetation side here. The Wayne National Forest was wetlands that they were going through.
Right.
I have another request from the county engineer requesting authority to purchase road salt from the Ohio Department of Transportation. Road salt contract that was awarded in 2020. Entertain a motion to approve.
So,
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
uh,
Aye. Opposed, same sign. There's 2 agreements here. I think that one will cover both of them.
if you look around, carry that discussion a little more, you can see the county map back there. You see all the green there, that's Greenfield Township.
Right.
That green is what Wayne National Forest owns.
Right.
So they don't own all of Greenfield Township, but they do own a significant portion of it.
Right.
And that's where that pipeline.
And this is a little bit of it too.
And I can tell you folks, that pipeline project started because I saw them trucking their log. I don't know what those mats are called, but they have mats that are made out, look like railroad ties.
Yeah, two of them.
Interesting.
That they put, that's what they use to run their
And then I
heavy
have two
equipment.
small ones.
It's pretty
for the
neat.
sheriff.
I'm gonna go out there and watch it. I'm gonna just sit and watch it. But to me, I'm just mesmerized by that. To me, it's just fascinating.
Yeah.
I watched one being built over here in Mason, or actually it's
Oh, thank you. Sorry, what page?
passed over on 35 in West Virginia. That was a whole new construction. But it's amazing. It's a big project. It's like building a road.
Right.
Well, they actually built a road into the staging lot,
Oh, yeah.
but they got those big wooden things off to the side that they started on.
Well, they have.
But they got a big mesh net down, and you can see stone that thick on top of it.
Well, they've got a flagger out there on 325.
But they had to put a new culvert, a temporary culvert in there on 325, so the trucks could make it in there, because they couldn't make the turn the other way.
Right.
They actually have a flagger there on 325 flagging traffic, so their trucks can get in and out. It is, and it's my understanding, this I don't know if they'd be willing to sit down and talk to you, but my understanding that's supposed to go on for 3 years.
Right. Now, you said it was a replacement project?
Replacement and expansion.
Okay. So
The right
they are
words I would
interesting.
use, yes.
Okay.
There's an existing line that's out there. And when they came in here and told us, and don't hold me to the size, but it seemed to me like if the existing 24-inch and they wanted to put a 36-inch line, the existing line was put in the 40s and the 50s. 70s.
I wonder if that's connected with any of the town expansion stuff they're doing. or
In here?
replacements. Yeah.
No. What they're doing in here is replacing the delivery lines to the residents.
Right, that I knew. I wasn't sure if the Wayne project would have anything
No,
to do with
these are
that.
not. And this project has been in the works for several years. I mean, it's a big, you have to go through a lot of hoops. There's a lot of permitting process. I don't think that'll get canceled. I would say that.
Well, if they're out there in the woods by themselves, they ain't like they're around a lot of folks in the dense area.
They tend to be the healthier folks too. They're hard workers. I mean, I'm starting to see a few of their trucks around. But
I'm pretty sure I have an idea who I could hook up with at the Wayne National Forest, as far as who their rep would be. The Sunny Oaks project, I've had contact with them
Exactly.
now and again, so. I
yeah,
imagine it's the
and
same
they're just
people.
gonna give you the permitting. I'd like for you to get in contact with
Yeah, definitely
They
get
can
there.
give you-
Fine.
And I'd like people to kind of know that. I would tell you, it's a great shopping mart for them,
Mhm.
as far as renting houses,
It's, cause he's been in.
selling. Our sales tax should hold up pretty good.
Conning situation.
Right.
I would tell you.
I've got a couple more contract things to,
Okay.
just a second.
Hopefully,
I'll give them the nature of
that's right.
the disease, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
hopefully.
get through this. Don't know when, I would say that.
I'm hoping it's not.
The county
super, super
engineer has
devastating.
submitted several of the 2020 general road work dust control. The following has been submitted.
Is anything other than dust control? This is not their,
This is just the
Just
materials
dust.
and service for the dust control. The Agricultural Society, the City of Galplis, the Village of Centenary, Cheshire, and Crown City, Rye Grant, and Benton, the townships of Addison, Cheshire, Clay, Galplis, Greenfield, Guyan, Harrison, Huntington.
I think you said the village is Centenary.
Is that
I think you meant
Centerville?
Chase.
Centerville, Cheshire,
Yeah.
Morgan, Township of Ohio, Perry, Raccoon, Springfield, and Walnut.
I just-
Lawrence County Engineer, Windsor and Madison Township of Jackson. Just a lot of,
entertain a motion to approve all.
So moved.
All in
Thank
favor,
you.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Get your pen out.
Yes, there are several, and I have marked every one of them, so I'll double check them.
Breaking them down and passing them.
Thank you.
Folks, I have a text here from Russ Moore asking about the 10:45 meeting today. Do you guys, you know what, and I've had Eric Mulford reach out to me, this is about these building access. Do we want those folks in here today?
Well, Larry Betts has
Has
kind of
requested it.
challenged our operation of the front door and had, I had the conversation yesterday and afterward. He's trying to gather everybody in to meet about that. They can come if they want, but we will
How should I answer this?
tell him it's not required. We didn't call the meeting. In fact,
Larry Betts wanted it noted as county office holders. That's his request, but we need to be mindful of the amount of people we have in here.
oh, there's 2 pages on it. There are 2 pages for each one.
Some of them, there is. I have some agreement here from the Sheriff's Department also that is submitted.
With whom?
Said 2020 Police Protection Agreement between the Gallia County Commissioners, Sheriff Matthew Champlin, and the Village of Brown City.
Just the one?
Just the one. At this time, we did one last week.
Just hold on till we finish these.
Okay.
Sign them all, folks. I'm gonna wait to sign, but I'm gonna withdraw.
I should have just put it down on that end.
Should've.
Come this way.
Oh, my God.
I'm just throwing them at you there, Brent. That all right? I mean, that's the easiest place for me to get rid of them.
I can reach them. You missed one there.
Okay. I'll hand this back to you.
Okay. I hope they don't have to be in any certain order, because we've already messed them up. So are we telling Dave Snyder to lower the
Oh, I don't know.
prices?
Not at this time, but no, because, aviation
Nobody's
fuel-
flying?
Yeah, that's exactly right. In aviation fuel, the turnover is not very.
I would wait until I hear from, what's his name? From Meigs County, what's that?
Postal weight?
Yes, I want,
Well, the problem with this, if you're not competitive, you're just gonna get.
I'm only kidding.
The ACOG was
The
there.
postal.
I haven't seen him for a while. I think more of these bills. Dean, have you talked to Postal Weight lately? I haven't seen him around a whole lot.
Haven't heard from
I
him for a
haven't.
while.
He hasn't been real visible.
Nope, the majority of our coverage lately has been about the virus. And
Oh, yeah.
Closing.
That's
Before that, it was gearing up for election season, and now it's all this. And actually, Jason Stevens sent me a text about the legislature.
Going to debate that
Governor and all
election next
that.
week.
Huh?
Said they're going to debate that election next week.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a hot topic.
Yeah.
For sure.
You will please put that in the engineer's file.
This is definitely not normal times.
We've never experienced anything like what's happening right now.
I don't know this to be true. This is just my gut feeling. It's all gonna end up before the Ohio Supreme Court.
When the election already, they tried to get.
Well, I know that they had already signed off on it, but I feel it's gonna go back there again at some point.
I will tell you from my observation, courts don't like to get involved in elections.
Right.
Okay, so, and I'm not so sure it won't end up in federal district courts where I
Well,
don't.
there's definitely a possibility that I can see that happening.
let's just hope it doesn't go to California and live at the 12th or the 9th out there, the district federal court. That they-
Oh, who knows?
Here's one.
How many district courts are there federally as far as circuits?
Gentlemen, I have an agreement here. It is with the Sheriff Department and Crown City for their police protection, dated 19th of March. And it appears to be the same as we've had in the past. I'm trying to look at prices here right now. But I don't. Yes, it's got the $20 an hour. Plus the employer's portion of unemployment, Medicare, and workers' comp and PERS.
Need a motion to approve.
I need a motion to approve.
So
it.
moved.
I'll second. Is that the same rate they did last year?
Yeah, I don't see anything. It looks a little different. The only one thing is it seems to add the employer's portion of the PERS, unemployment, Medicare, and workers' comp. $5 an hour for the vehicle. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Keep the fiscal and separated. You have another
Is this
one.
all of them?
That's all of those.
That one.
Nick, you'll check please.
I will,
I
please.
think I signed them all.
And do you want to do that or not? I know Mr. Booth
No,
noted.
not today.
I didn't think so.
Where's your sign?
Well. Tuesday. Thanks for keeping an eye on it.
You have two of them there, Doc.
Okay.
Dean, we've directed, different agencies that come in for our monthly update and everything
Thank you.
to submit in writing or, instead of doing face-to-face during this emergency. So our agenda gets a little bit lighter here.
Mhm.
And,
What are the bid openings?
bid openings, I think there are a couple we're gonna have on culvert replacements
Okay.
on county roads.
The family there in New Jersey, they, 7 members of a single family got it. 3 of them stuck left.
Rough.
Hello. Mr. Glassford is here.
Who? Dana?
Yeah, you just want them.
Is our prosecuting attorney coming at 10:45 instead of 9:45?
I was told yesterday that he is not here today. And I asked him to send a representative if needed, and it is now 10 minutes later.
Did you ask him to send a representative at the 9:45 slot or the 10:45 meeting? 10:45? Okay.
Hello, Mr. Glassburn.
Good morning.
And we have you at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
As always, you're early.
I would say as always, but I am early today.
And, we're ready to go ahead and proceed with you. You need an executive session or open?
I do have something to discuss as far as personnel, hiring personnel.
I've entertained, we
Go into executive session, discuss personnel. Mr. Glass.
been regularly moved and second to discuss personnel into executive session with Mr. Glassburn. Roll call,
At 9:53,
yes.
David,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Brett.
Yes.
Good. How are you? No, you can keep your account employee. No, you're fine. You still can. Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, fine.
Sorry to hear about your postponement, but I think it was probably a wise, healthy decision for your entire family.
It is a bummer, but it is what it is.
Yes.
I mean, it's just not a good time at all. My brother's family is struggling with their first pregnancy, and
Mm-hmm.
looks like their firstborn's gonna have multiple surgeries
Oh, no.
because of whatever congenital problems or however you want to call them. and then try and do that at the same time as the wedding, and then you got this disease stuff.
Yes. Okay. You're on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knowing my business.
Something we gotta get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim, when I get done here, can you make me copies of all these, please?
Yes. Yes, she does. Okay. Well, I know, that's what somebody just called. Somebody just called her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Come on.
Melissa just called.
So these are ready to,
Yeah, and you can go ahead and staple them, staple each one, you know what I'm saying?
just need one copy of them and then staple them back together. And yours?
Yeah, staple my copy, please.
I guess I could have made the font bigger on this. See if that's okay with them. And That's what I ordered.
Amazon,
This,
that company.
she said that was the only place that her secretary could find them in stock.
I did tell you, I called out to CVS and Oak Hill, because a lot of times in smaller
I know.
places, she says nothing.
Yeah. I went on like Walmart.com, Amazon, no place has them. That one did. She said you better order it soon before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our spring flowers are coming up.
Pardon me?
Our spring flowers are coming
Yes.
up out there. I have any typos? I know. I see something. This should be. Should be protected or proactive.
How about concerns? Yes, no?
Yeah. I think proactive.
Oh,
is
yeah, I
better.
think proactive is right there. And while you're at it, why don't you make the font
Font bigger.
bigger? Careful with that one, there's two of the same form, I just need one copy.
You could put that without taking up so much room, right?
Yeah.
You know, if we had you could stick it right on top of here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little. I think it clips under there.
I mean, it's got a base like this too. You could see me when I was sitting up there, couldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting right there.
As long as everybody sits like right here.
Mm-hmm. So if we get it too far away from there, somebody's gonna get tangled up in it.
Yeah.
We'll find a better way before next week.
Yeah.
I'll bring that thing in and we can play with it.
Yeah, there's something on there that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Karen, do you want to
How
adjust
wide of
that?
an angle is it? Like if we would put it on the corner of Harold's desk, would that get them and everybody in here?
What about up there?
Well, it won't reach. You only got that
Well, what
much.
if you moved all that over there?
Well, you got to run a network cable then.
Oh, gotcha. Always something.
Yep.
The perfect place for it would be over there.
Yeah. I mean, or up in the corner somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Especially, where's the easiest place to drop down a network cable? Like on an inside wall or the outside wall?
Well, the outside. But I don't know where.
It's you, Nettie. Never mind, went to voicemail. I know it's Thursday.
Yeah. You're sitting there staring at the You know how it always starts off. You never know when they're gonna start.
Yeah.
God, is that my phone again?
So any Walmart's got any toilet paper yet?
I don't know. That's all of those, so you can put the copy on my desk and go ahead and throw the rest of them out to the engineers. Thank you.
When's our bid open? I'm sorry. When? I can't see it on my glasses.
It's 11:15
Okay.
and 11:30.
Okay, I thought maybe we was, what we got next here? 11:45?
10:45 is your next appointment.
10:45. Yeah, we're good with 10:45.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Sure, appreciate that. Do you want me to get out or do it later, critique that journal entry for the donation?
Oh, I'll fix it and send it back to you.
Okay.
I got one more thing that I finally got the approval from state auditors on. Well, I need to put that at the top. Hang on a minute.
Okay, this is for them too.
Mhm. I got the email from the state auditors that said we can do that. Because you don't know if we'll need to be able to. She said, go ahead and do it now. Let me show you something. And that wasn't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
She said.
Yeah, I remember this well.
She said. Okay. So we got it in writing.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a post-it here on this page so we can find it easy.
Yeah, you might highlight that.
Yeah.
And the other two resolutions are behind it. So we're not changing anything with the 2002 one. It's the original one, the 1995 one that is being changed.
Okay. Yeah.
And I put that up there. We have those two. Wish to amend that one, and then I put further noting there's no, what did she say, amendment. Fix that. Constantly finding something.
Yeah, when you're hurrying up and typing and then I'll go back and look at it. Karen, should that say are allowed or to allow?
Where you at?
Should that say to allow?
No, because
Okay.
emergency purposes. Here, use this one. There, then, stop to the way.
Okay. 10:26, thanks.
So you're using a car one?
Don't like a fine, literally.
Here's what the other counties are doing. So we're gonna get that before them here in a little bit.
See that or cattle.
That's why I said I've got two the ones we use for the horses.
Exactly. Okay.
Mhm. That's what several other counties are doing.
What we've also done is this morning, we reached out to the health department and asking them, saying, I know they need money.
Mhm.
So if they want to come in, I'll pay you. Come in at 7 a.m. before you open down there.
Mm.
Pay you and you come in, you do it. more neutral.
There you go.
So we'll see if they can do it. Yeah, I like that. Can you forward that to me too?
After they say yes.
Oh, okay.
No sense sending it to.
No, you let them in.
Yeah.
Karen, you need to go out there and instruct her about bid packets.
Oh, yeah, they can come in.
Okay, I didn't know if I.
Yeah, the meeting's open, because we're not able to close the meeting today, so anybody that wants to come to the commissioner meeting.
She sent you this, right, contract amendment? Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you have the original, your signatures. And yours have been signed and dated by you and Bill.
Phil.
Thanks.
Yes. Children's Services Board approved on March 16th. Children's Services Board approved their part on March 16th.
Yeah, I'll just need a copy of that once it's signed.
Yes. As soon as we can.
Dana, here's a second, please.
I was gonna say, I think I put your stuff in for today.
Correct.
I believe I did. I know I stuck it in our system, I can tell you that.
Bid packets, just want to
Yeah. We are working on
Just sign in.
on the outside of our office, we're putting a drop box, and we're gonna put applications so people can drive by, get them and drop them.
Okay.
As soon as I get that, I'd like to come out, take a picture of it.
Okay.
Do a 3 weeks on it. I want people to know they don't have to come in. They can do everything by phone, but if they need physical stuff,
Sure.
that's an option too, so that they don't have to come to the lobby.
Okay.
Just trying to help with the payment.
Their lobby's just like ours, it's a
Sounds
petri
good.
dish, you know.
Yeah. So hopefully.
Just let me know, we will do that.
Great.
Sounds good.
Great, thank you.
They stamp in time, thank you very much.
Wherever you like. We had to spread them out a little farther due to the social distancing thing. We're still not quite 6 feet, but we'll have that many people so they can stand there.
Kim, did you point out did you sign in, sir, and see the bottom of the page?
I signed in. I don't know about the bottom of the page.
We're working towards being able to shut us down completely. You guys will still be able to.
Pardon me?
So we're practicing.
No, I didn't know.
Stay. Stay. That, you can't, they can't see you. The camera's on that side.
Yeah, there were 12 people are watching right now. Or at least
You
that's
can
my
overlook at
understanding.
it if you want. This is the view.
So you have to, okay, so you're set up to run this completely.
If they make us go that route, yeah, with no
Trying
public
to be
in here.
prepared.
Yeah,
It's not good.
no.
I just wanted to make you aware of it.
And it's not gonna be easy for all of us that are used
Obviously
to.
not.
I mean, you know, how do you do county services without?
I was just talking about.
It's not even, we gotta come up, we gotta be, very creative, don't we? To fill up your vending machine.
Yeah.
10:31 returning.
Just kind of go in the way she always does.
Good morning.
Morning.
And Marty will be returning too.
Treasurer assessment, sir.
You, National Ag Week proclamation, they not, probably not gonna be here.
Yeah, we let them know that it was not necessary, but if you want
We're
to
gonna
move
adopt it.
forward with
We
the
will adopt
proclamation.
and proclaim.
You gotta read it.
Okay, Dana has something ready to finish up on,
Okay.
and then we'll move on to that.
I got one more thing to finish on. It's the sub-grant agreement. It's a amendment, first amendment to the agreement between Gallia County Department of Job and Family Services, Gallia County Commissioners, and the Gallia County Children's Services Board. Gallia County Children's Services Board is the sub-grant recipient for the TANF, or Title 20 TANF transfer for Assistance for Needy Families grant. The original contract was for $36,000 to the Children's Services Board. Out of that, they have utilized $3,933.15. And they are requesting a decrease in the contract of $32,066.85. That would be returned to Job and Family Services. It was approved by the board, Children's Services Board, on March 16th, 2020. And I've got the chairman, Bill Skidmore's signature, as well as myself on the amendment, and requesting the commissioner's approval and signatures on this amendment.
Entertain a motion to so approve.
Something.
I'll second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You're right in front of the.
Blocking it all, sorry.
There you go. Don't block David out there.
That's right, that's right. I'll get people on Facebook saying, where were you? Where were you looking this time?
Hey, Dana, if I talk to the guy from Buckeye Hills, I talked to
I
you
just
the other
take
day
it
about
stride,
the
Dean.
brick walk
Dana?
lane.
You see the sign?
Job.
Can you
Somebody
see
put
that,
up there
or
on
you can give it to Kim,
Remember
please?
that
The Job
conversation?
Smith
Yes.
2020.
Can I give him your cell?
Karen has a
Would you
quick
like
thing.
Never
me
know
to
what
give
you're
him
gonna
your
do.
business number?
You know,
Probably better give you my business right now.
Yeah, what is
It
it?
is,
get upset about you.
740-578.
Okay,
Gotta have a thick skin for public service.
That was a great.
That's my direct.
33,
75.
Justy Burleson will be his name.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, you have anything else, Dana?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. We have before us a proclamation to declare National Agricultural Week. I will read this for your gentlemen's consideration. American farmers are working harder than ever, and it shows. We rely on agriculture for the very necessities of life, from beef, pork, chicken, to cotton and corn. Agriculture is working harder than ever to meet the needs of Americans and others around the world. When you factor in all the jobs involved in processing, distributing, and marketing food and fiber products, you see that American agriculture is truly everywhere and touches everyone in almost every way. Today, each American farmer feeds more than 165 people, and the need for food produced in the United States is dramatic. Agriculture is the #1 export and vitally important in sustaining a healthy economy. Therefore, we, the Gallia County Commissioners, by virtue of the authority vested in us, do hereby proclaim March 22nd through the 28th, 2020 as National Agricultural Week, and we call upon the citizens to show our gratitude to the many men and women who make agriculture possible. Signed by Commissioners Harold Montgomery, David Smith, and Brent Saunders. I present this before you for your consideration.
I move to approve that.
Been regularly moved to approve
I shall wholeheartedly and hungry wise say.
and been seconded. Any further? I just hope the farmer that I'm in the group where he's feeding 165 keeps up his good work.
You think he gets 165 in your group?
I don't know in any way.
All right.
We are a agricultural community
Yeah.
and backbone of Gallia County. So I then call for a vote.
I certainly appreciate my upbringing on the farm.
I do too.
Learning to work.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We will sign.
And I'll get that to the
This credit card,
Gallia County.
amending county
Yeah.
credit card policy. What is?
If you pull that yellow tab there, Karen has been in communication with the state auditors to, because according to the Ohio Revised Code, there is restrictions on use of county credit card only to travel. And with the pandemic today, they are lightening those restrictions.
Okay, we have a resolution amending the county credit card policy, I think is what we have here is to allow use of that for more than just travel during this emergency. And it's been conferred with the state auditors.
Got an email.
I would entertain a motion to approve.
I shall so move amending our policy.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's what I ordered, that first one.
When do you think you're gonna get,
I don't know.
the reason I bring that up, right now, everything with the,
It said 2 to 3 business days.
everything we have with emergency management and everything, we're out 71 days to get any PPE or.
CCAO gave me that link, Cheryl Subler, and said that that was the only place her secretary could find they were in stock and would ship immediately. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we've got a few minutes before the office holders come in.
Yeah, I already saw that. Somebody put a copy of that on my desk.
You can throw that away. I just wanted you to see what I ordered.
Who you with?
Salyers, Tyler.
Oh, I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Working in this mud?
Not today.
Yeah. I didn't recognize you off that machine.
Yeah. Yeah, a little wet out there today.
My brother actually started plowing. He was just putting plows on a tractor and adjusting and went out in the garden to make sure he was adjusted and made a pass. And he said things plowed good. He said it was a little sticky on top, but down was great.
Because I couldn't get it off the couch.
So he got to have it plowed and then it come big rain.
As soon as you walked over here, it behaved
I
itself.
was surprised you
Once
didn't
they were equipped.
do anything in the ground.
The only ones I'd seen plowing was Amish. The horses, you can do that a little more.
I could get my-
Yeah.
It did again.
Karen, you stick for
I
this
do
next meeting
not
here.
know.
Come in, Roger, have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Not much. Just kind of weathering it like everybody else.
Oh, there's a board of elections. You guys came conduct an election, and here you are.
right.
Want to run the courthouse. How you guys
Doing
feeling?
all right, how are you?
Mr. Smith?
I'll just leave this one over here for me.
Okay.
If you want to drag a chair out here. There's someone there.
It'd been nice if Mike would have brought donuts this morning. You know that? Yeah, Mike?
I don't even get them.
It'd be nice if you just brought donuts.
I don't even get them.
Is that?
We had some yesterday.
I was just saying,
That Kim was in
just asked my wife to bring me home a cherry filled one and I never get it.
there. That's not right. She should set one aside.
Yeah.
She probably eats it before she gets home.
I like those too.
You're the judge.
Me too.
Morning, Larry. Come right on up front, Larry. You're gonna be the spokesman.
Huh?
I say, get up front here. You're probably gonna be the spokesman.
Well, I don't know if that.
I got you on the agenda, Larry Betts, and the office holder. I see we got a lot of Baptists here this morning. They're all in the back.
Amen.
Right to where you know.
Hi, sir. This is little.
I'm Methodist.
I know they
You're
ain't gonna have no parties.
No, nobody staying in a hotel room.
Yeah, hey. What do you know?
Chris?
Doesn't matter if they did have parties, they can't find any eggs to pick the cakes out of there.
Yeah, no, we're from. Yeah.
Take a read of that. That's it. See if you think that's. Okay, folks, it's 10:45 and Mr. Betts, you have the floor.
Well, you know, with the fire situation going around, you know, reading the memo that was sent out, email, and there's a lot of questions, a lot of confusion of public access to this building, whether it's being, you know, pick and choose. Just wondering where we're at today.
Okay.
Because next week, there'll be a flood of people coming into this building to pay their taxes. Next Friday is the due date. So, and it was mentioned about having appointments. Most people in this county don't know that they need an appointment.
Well, I'm not sure how word has not gotten out or how far or whatever, but we did establish a policy yesterday, and it is for the protection not only of the employees, but of the general public coming in and congregating and getting exposure. We have set up a system, and a lot of the offices are adhering to it, that it states the building is not closed. If you can transact your business outside of the building, you're asked to do so. Pay your property taxes, do the drive-through at the bank, or mail them in. If you need to see the office holder, then you need to make a call and talk to the office holder and schedule an appointment, so to speak, with that office holder. That office holder then needs to make a list, notify the front door security. So if they show up, they're on there for an appointment, they'll be directed to your office to conduct their business. I don't know how else we handle that. It's either we do or we don't. Check with several other counties. This is the same method that all the counties that we've checked with seem to be adhering to. Now, if you have a better way to handle this, we're open to hear it. I mean, no, I'll just be real forward, we had some people coming in yesterday and said, and whether they did or not, they said, well, I talked to Larry, I don't know if it was in the office or on the street, and he said, just come on in. Well, our door to front office doesn't have any record of that. So we stopped them at that point to try to see if they actually, if you've asked them to come in or not. That would be the only thing that I see right now that's a glitch, is communications between the office holders and the security at the front door. The courts, they have to conduct business, and they send down a list of the people that they have talked to that's going to be coming in to the courthouse to be seen. But we're encouraging everybody to use the other methods of conducting business, just through emails, telephone, or we do have outside of the courthouse payment centers at the bank for property taxes. Now, there's some of those stuff is not that simple. We understand it. And so they have to come in, maybe see you, treasurer, the recorder, all together on some property transfers and what have you. And we're still open to that, but they just need to coordinate.
So attorneys or their employees that bringing in a deed to transfer property, they need to make an appointment.
Attorneys are, according to the judge, officers of the court.
And so
And what's that mean?
That means they got to have access.
Okay, then you're picking and choosing.
no, we're not denying anybody if they can if they follow through our.
Is that just the attorney themselves, or is there anybody that works in their office?
Did you not read what I sent out yesterday?
I see this. Apparently not.
You're the recorder.
Yeah. It said attorneys and staff.
And staff, okay, excuse me.
Yeah.
And that we asked that you guys work with them to limit how many times, instead of coming in then out 10 times, maybe they save it all and come in once. I mean, the effort is to limit foot traffic. And it's going to take everybody working together and coming up with very ingenious ideas of how to do this.
We have a drive-in window on the back of this courthouse. Is there any chance that you could utilize that, change the traffic flow so that people could use that window coming in off of First Avenue to drop off taxes or drop off paperwork?
I'm not sure. It's set up, traffic pattern is opposite the way the window's set up.
Right. I know that yesterday we triaged people through the drive-through, and it actually worked very well out to the title office. I think everyone knows, though, that at 5 o'clock we were shut down, all BMV.
Did you get shut down on time? The reason I asked, I went by your facility later in the afternoon. They were lined all the way from in front, all the way out to the highway.
Right. Right. And so at 5 o'clock, we went out and said, that you're the last person in line, and nobody came in after, so
okay.
it was
I
wonderful.
didn't know.
Yeah, but we got along very well, and we were able to shut it down. Now, we will be doing some. We've got 2 teams that are going to be coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's just to do bank work and dealer work for titles only. We will not be able to do any driver's licenses or any of the registrar work because that system is shut down. Throughout the state, there are going to be 5 agencies that will be open just to do CDL work only. So no one's going to get a driver's license or their registrations unless they renew by mail through Columbus. So that's where we stand on that. But I mean, there's ways to do things. We just have to work together. None of us have been in this situation before.
No.
And we just have to be creative.
We also, as far as auditor and treasurer's office, could direct to you've got another entrance off the front porch that would flow in and out. At that point, might be a situation we'd have to look at security at that door, but that would keep flow from the courthouse. We're not going to just open up the courthouse and go against everything the state and the local health department and everybody's directed us to
Well,
do.
the problem I see, the vast majority of the public here in the county don't know that they have to.
How would you suggest we get the word out to them, Larry?
I really don't know. I mean, newspaper, radio, maybe, I don't know.
We've already done that. We sent everything to Dean. He's got everything we've done.
But there's still people. I noticed that a deputy here in the courthouse yesterday didn't know that you could pay your taxes at the bank until yesterday. I told him. I mean, there's just a lot of people don't know.
There's an educational process here. I see people drive up downtown from the courtside, didn't know the courtside was closed. I mean, this is a process we're trying to get the word out.
Well, the bank lobby is closed though.
The bank lobbies are closed. They're working through the drive-throughs. The mail's still running, you know.
But next week would be normally a heavy week
That's
by the
something,
tax collection.
that's something we're gonna have to work with. I mean, it's gonna be an inconvenience.
Steve, you have any suggestions for next week?
No, I don't have any. That's why I'm listening. I know there's probably gonna be, 12 to 1,500 taxpayers that need to be in this building. And I don't
12 and 1,500 will be walking in.
Several of the other counties have told me that their treasurer has stationed somebody at the front door to collect taxes because they're not letting them in.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
It's possible I could get a desk and sit out front.
No, you could put a desk in that other door, not allowing them in, but set on the door out in the lobby there.
Me on the porch.
Well, there's the second entrance is closed off over by the vending machine.
It's just a
In the
fire
back.
exit right now. And that's only to the auditors, the auditor and the treasurer. That door can be closed, not locked, between that and the courthouse. And limit access, everything just to that office, those two offices. But then, because if you allow them in, you're exposing your employees.
To everything that they might
And you
have.
get one employee that's identified positive, then your whole staff is going to be quarantined. If they come in contact with one person, you'll be quarantined, sheltered in place for 14 days. And then how then do you collect taxes?
Good question.
Well, we will look at the drive-through. I'm not sure how that would work, changing the traffic flow and what the sheriff and them's factoring and everything. But we're going to encourage everyone to follow the system we've set up and see if we can't make it work as well as we can.
So basically, we're just gonna have to encourage mail and drive-throughs at the bank, because we don't want to put our employees.
Well, you don't want to put the employees, or if you've got 1,500 coming in next week, you're going to have 15 people standing at your counters at one time. And the direction is 6 feet apart, which we're not complying with right now. But
I think most banks have bill pay services too, online banking.
Yep.
That's how I pay mine. So
And then the bank sends it.
I know that older people don't have that luxury, but
And that's predominantly who I see coming in and out to pay taxes.
will
And
there be,
they're the ones the most at risk
are you
that we're
going,
trying to protect.
are you going to waive late fees or?
I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah.
That'd be a legal question if we have that ability, because I think that's in the statute.
Figure that's a legislature question, right, Steve?
Yes, it is.
yeah,
We haven't got any guidance on that. So most counties have already, all the county administrators that I've been in contact with, their real estate tax is either in January or February. So theirs is done. So,
I'll get with my staff and we'll have a meeting and discuss what we think is the best way.
and
Then I'll get with you.
and we'll try to
the commissioner.
assist in any way we can, but we can't just open up the courthouse any further than what it is. We still have a good bit of traffic to some counties. Their courts are in a separate building, and ours, we're all here in one building, so it just compounds our situation.
they have to, the public has to have the right to, how'd you put it, Judge? To,
So they have to have access to the courts,
Right.
and not just we're not opening it up for everybody to come in and out. My statement said we're trying to avoid as much face-to-face contact. Today we've used Skype and telephone to get hearings taken care of, arraignments. The defense attorneys are working with us, calling their people ahead of time, anybody we can continue for a month or so. We're doing that to try to flatten the curve, stop the spread. And so we're doing everything we can do to keep people out of here. But if somebody needs access, they have to have access to the courts. And so we've discussed this. The courts will have to stay open at least, for access. That doesn't mean that we have to just have open season and everybody coming in and out, because we're working.
And that's why we've done the list. You
Right.
provided the list to the front door.
Yeah, the ones that
security
we have
officer.
hearings on.
And that's been working well.
Unfortunately, it'd be hard for us to give a list.
Sure,
Well,
that's not.
If you have a phone call, someone calls and you can't get it rectified over the phone and they need to come in to you,
We could do that.
you just tell them,
Yeah.
what time can you come in? 2
Because
o'clock?
there can be people with problems
There's
with
ways
their
we can do that,
taxes.
yes.
And then we also would contact your office if somebody shows up that doesn't have not on the list or anything.
Or doesn't have their tax bill. They're gonna have to get one printed.
We will contact your office and your person will come and see how you handle it.
I think another thing we did, we had to set up appointments for driver's licenses. We told them only the person involved with the transaction. Don't bring the whole family,
Yeah.
because they do. I mean, it's like when you go to the emergency room, they've got the whole family in there. So you need to, think about those things and tell people, don't bring your families in here.
Okay, anybody else? Anything?
I would just say, obviously, we're in uncharted territory here. There is no perfect solution. Unfortunately, this coincides with tax collection, so yes, it's going to be a problem next week. But we're not alone in that. All across society right now, we're having issues. Okay? And you're just going to have to make the best you can. And it is going to take some creativity. You may have to post some people in different places to help people. But this is a public building, not just for the courts. I point out that if you're doing real estate transactions, you have to have access to the recording.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's almost impossible to close this building down because government must continue. And no, it's not, and it is going to be a challenge. My dental office is now closed. Harold's no longer working either. He might take and do some jobs on the side. I mean, you're just going to have, and yes, and you will have some people next week that's not going to be happy about it.
It allows you to hold down the sheer numbers though.
But it is
So I've
for
got 10 people in my
everyone's,
office, I'm not gonna go down and pick up the 11th one.
it is for everyone's best interest. And I just refer you to what's going on in Italy right now. And that's what's trying to be prevented, folks. And trust me, if you read it and see it, you really don't want that to happen. And we're only about 10 days or 2 weeks behind. So, I mean, and we're not talking, this is life and death. Especially if you're over 60. How many of you are over 60 here? Okay.
I'm 60.
I mean, it really is. And not just you, but it's your family and everybody you come into contact with. I mean, and this is a minor thing compared to that if you end up out in the hospital on a ventilator. Trust me.
If they got a ventilator.
If they have a ventilator.
Now, we have another, it's going to be more of a request right now, but it's passed along. You have it down there with you, David? Yes. But the governor has asked that we take, and for employers, take temperature at the door when you come in. So we don't have that means at the present time. So this is what we're going to put forth. And I'll read this. It says, Governor DeWine has asked all employees to take temperatures of all employers to take temperatures of all employees. While we're not equipped to do so at this time, we're going to request that each county elected official, department head, supervisor, and employee take your temperature prior to coming to work. This is not a mandate, but only a request from our office As we work to comply with the Governor DeWine's directive, we're asking employees to self-report their temperature to their supervisor each day at the start of work. If they exceed the threshold of 100.4 degrees set by the governor, they stay home and utilize accrued time to be off. This request is for the well-being of all. Based upon the concerns today, I think we all understand how cautious and proactive we need to be. Thanks for considering this request. We're going to put that out, and as it states, ask everyone to take their temperature before they come to work. If it's 100.4, don't be coming in. And this is all, it's not mandated, it's kind of a volunteer thing. But if everyone wants to adhere to that, we would appreciate it. Anything else? We're going to continue to operate as we are, and we'll try to work with you and Steve and anyone else and see if we can make it as easy as possible. If we're going to have to restrict.
Yeah, the other thing you might consider is making sure certain essential things are 2 or 3 people deep, like payroll or things like that. I mean, if somebody does get sick and has to stay home.
We've sent that out.
Notice we have a camera set up over here, and this is not the governor, the attorney general has given some directive, and I think we've checked that with Jason, and we are going to be allowed to conduct business in this office by telephone, the commissioners. One of us is sick or something like that, we're going to have to continue to do business. We're going to have to approve bills. Larry has to continue to pay payroll, pay our vendors. So we can't just shut down the county. And so through this emergency, if it so requires us to, we will be able to use, this will be on YouTube, and the statute says be able to hear. They won't be able to interact with us, but you'll be able to see this meeting and hear what's going on if it comes down to that in a few weeks. But our full intention is keeping Gallia County open and operating and serve the needs of our people. That's what we're here for, to serve the needs. It's going to be a little bit cumbersome maybe at times, inconvenient, but we ask everyone to cooperate, and we'll try to get the word out. Thank you. If there's nothing else.
Thanks, everybody.
Don't be shaking hands, just bump elbows and go on out.
Kick each other later.
We just broke the rule.
Take care, Rod.
26, he was hiding.
Okay. Hello, Josh.
After. They're opening at 15.
I'm gonna check and see if there's anyone outside.
Thank you.
We have the engineer on for 11:30 for refinancing, 11:45 for bid award, and bid award at 11:50. That's next week. Hold it.
He'll be all right. Here we go. Like this.
Everybody looked confused when I read that off. I got next week. Okay, here we go. At 11:15, we have bid opening, and 11:30 we have bid opening. There we go. That's what happens when I end up next week.
What's that?
You got our copies
Yeah, I
out.
just got one. Thank you.
We'll have to get copies of these and then we'll turn them over.
I thought, well, you guys are really early.
Okay, what we got?
We got a few more minutes.
Josh, where's your helper today?
Had a report to
He's at grandma's today.
I got a report, there was an explosion in the area of the old Pew residence on Sowards Ridge. Nothing else regarding that. Don't think anyone witnessed it. I think he just heard an explosion in that area. That would be at 1515 Sowards Ridge. That very well could be.
You know that area too.
Isn't there a culvert to replace on South Ridge?
Yeah, there is.
It may not worry.
First thing I look at that, somebody will.
Closer to the Ann and Trace end, I mean, not than the 553 end of the road. Real hairpin turn there. It's in that area.
These places out there, looks like they're having a year-round like bird sale, everything just kind of striking out. I used to hang the bank and all these barns, that was out there, most of them been tore down.
I remember working for your dad, sitting in the back of him, we started, we got stopped till we were done.
Yeah. Remember bringing in the back of plants?
Long days.
We had the light on the tractor, I'll be back there sitting back in the dark, didn't we?
Only thing we had to look forward to is your mom would go get us bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's.
Yeah, all you could eat.
Yeah.
I remember that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. They tasted like filet steak when we was in the tobacco field.
Yeah.
These all were Kevin Durant, also in the National
Kind of miss it. Never thought I'd say that when I was a kid, but kind of miss not having tobacco to work.
I don't, bother me.
You don't miss it.
The only thing I miss is my kids don't know real hard work. Right. You know, that's about it. Like, I've worked for just about everybody, so I had to buy it on time. But it's gotten, I make more money hoeing. I hate hoeing. Nobody else does either. So they hire me. They remember picking me up at 10, 11 years old, turn me loose out in the field. I remember one year I had 3 or 4 farmers lined up, and this one guy, this big farmer, you know, Dick. Dick, I'm sorry, but I can't get to you. I said, I got this guy's back for you, and this guy. He goes, all right, it's all right, I'm waiting. By the time I got to his field, the whole weed was that tall, the back was that high, and the whole weed, I was like, oh my, you couldn't even see the back. I mean, talk about breaking a hoe. You never thought you could ever break a hoe, but they can be broke. I break the welds off the hoe, you know, the big weeds on. Same way. We were working, my mom and dad, so we were working there, we had to stay, you know, but other than that. I stripped along the back on people's barns and stuff over the years. I know one guy, and I ain't gonna tell you who it was, but I set his tobacco, I hoed his tobacco just myself. I cut his tobacco by myself, he cut smoke myself. I was there whenever we hung the tobacco. And I stood in the barn and I stripped most of the tobacco during the winter months when I was out of college. He was still working. So I was like, hey, I feel like I took care of your entire crop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For $4 or $5 an hour, probably.
I remember Tommy Bell out running down the road with 25 Mexicans in the back of his pickup truck at 5:30 in the morning, and it was so cold. You know, everybody was settled down in the back of that pickup. You know, you can't even ride a back pickup truck today. They put you in jail. You know, it's different. You know. I had a boy working for Dad one time. And I said, this is one of the toughest things I ever did. And I said, after all this, there ain't nothing I can't do. You know, we had a crew out there doing nothing but cutting. And I was with that crew. And then we had, you know, I don't know, we had maybe 10 of us out there to field cut. And then Dad was running a crew that was loading the wagons up to the barn. And my brother had a crew in the barn. They were going to the bank. There was a boy just wasn't on his way. He just stayed on and was my best friend in high school. So we came in lunchtime, Dad said, he's done, I'm on fire, he goes, you know, how Dad is. I mean, there's no, it's, you know, it's black and white, there's no, I said, Dad, let me take care of that. I walked out and I said, Like, we don't need your rest of the day today, that's just the way, like, 'cause I was like, if other dad does it, I mean, it's gonna be bad, you know it is.
He's probably okay with that.
My best friend guy, you know?
That is
I said, everybody
very-
does like it, dude.
I'm fine, other things, the other side, Brett,
Bars back here. Mine.
there is your stash and mine.
You might want candy.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, further away.
Get rid of all candy dishes and public
It's like everything else. Moderation.
We can't let it get away from us.
I heard that. I lost 100 trailers in 24 hours. Full price.
We went from 15 down to 7. Oh, back to 8.
Payments and all.
Evidently, people were interested.
I haven't heard about that yet, but, you know, try to be aware of my big layout.
Don't call me.
And this drive-through right here.
Some of us are very-
What is that channel? Is that on
Yeah.
YouTube?
It is on YouTube. There's a link on Gallia, our website. To click on.
Power plants are cutting back to,
They're locking them in or cutting back, one of the two.
heard the aluminum plant was basically, some of these plants were saying that they were going, anything that was excess, that they absolutely had to do. They were not gonna go forward with it. They were just all the extra work they were cutting loose. And I heard one of the power plants had a schedule done, so I canceled because they didn't want to spend extra money.
On the check up front.
Okay.
A lot of work right now is. Crazy.
Yeah, you're in a different line. Deal. That's what's the one power company, that's what they told Amy, and then they said, get ready to be locked in 21 day shifts.
Okay, folks, it's 10:15.
You have all.
Advertised. It's 11:15. My mind's not here today. Thank you. But anyway, we will proceed with opening bids that's marked improvements, MR1.
Your first project name is on the form, and then I'll need that back as soon as you're done.
Here, you just go ahead and take that. We have all, you don't have any bids with you, Brett, or anything? We have all the bids.
Yes.
Okay, we'll accept no more bids at this time. And we will proceed with, see whose this is. Tyler Sawyer, CLR Excavating, and the total bid amount is $84,790. 84790.
Thank you.
Next bid, High Tech Electrical Contractors LLC, Washington Courthouse. Note there's a cashier's check included. And we have a bid from High Tech of $86,664. 86664. And our next bid is Wall Construction, Crown City, Ohio. And we have a total bid of $79,900. 79900. That completes the bid opening for this project, and we will return these to the county engineer for his review and recommendation.
The next bid is scheduled for 11:30.
Okay.
Are you, do you have your bid plate?
So, the 8 foot of the county.
7 and 8, 4 by 8?
7 in of the county.
I don't need those, I only need the big ones for 60 inch, so I just want to make sure you don't try to use them. I've got 5 by 10. You got 2 8 by 10?
2 or 4 8 by 10 is one instead. It's 4 8 by 10 is one instead.
You got them all on the bridge, they're available now?
All 4 of those are available on here. As a matter of fact, we just got 4 more sheets. They were just sheets, 3/4 inch. And then we've got, we just bought
3/4, 2 by.
Yeah. And then we got 8 more sheets, or 8 more sheets that are 1 inch thick.
8 more, 4 by 8?
Yeah. And then we may have another.
Other than what he's using?
6 coming in. Yeah. And we just got them in. We just got them in. Matter of fact, we had got all of them. We got part of it yesterday. And we'll get more in here tomorrow. It takes a few more now. What's that? Yeah, because we got so many. Well, the other hiccup's at 48 hours. Yeah, that hurts. We're heading over here.
Hey, I didn't
See what
know if you know, but
It's not a big deal.
Are they on their way?
It's right. Yeah, that's right.
They're on the way.
has a bunch on sale. They're cheaper than you can buy them from Huntington Steel.
Everything's on the whole.
We bought ours for 37. Huntington Steel 150.
Well, where'd you get yours from? That's what I.
Actually,
Or do you have?
I bought mine on that.
No, she brought on four. I couldn't spur.
So
I loaded them.
we did ask if he got more. Yeah, got language. So you have to get more somewhere else.
The ones that have.
We'll be on summer moving.
They got a D-ring in, so you can set it down.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's easier whenever you're trying to layer the concrete. You take care of it with that, but yeah.
The other thing is, she can't sit in someplace else when we're checking on the sheets too. We're trying to, because you're buying
Get out with.
one of the steel providers or selling new plates. That's why you're paying. You're not.
That's what they've been
You're paying premium. Those stuff, you're just checking, we're just trying to get plates lined up to show you what's, they'll use plates.
I just hate this. I mean, down from the corners or something like that.
Yeah, if you're waiting for the name of the product.
Yeah, it's there in the stroke. Hopefully it's just.
We're trying to find cheap as we get, you know, we're trying to, I don't want to pay for any.
South Brandon,
But you know,
Oh, yeah.
So you stay on the plan.
Yeah, 65. There's 450.
We built a lot of, we've got a lot of new guys.
Yeah.
Every time we get down
Good timing, right?
65, it's
You
usually.
know, that's why last Saturday. Yep. But that's why last Saturday when I came.
That's a scary drive. I drove that a couple times.
That's 3:30. Oh, yeah. But I like to get through Nashville before even people start stirring.
What's wrong, saying is,
Cut an extra foot wide.
her place down there.
Excavation.
They weren't anywhere, it was right through downtown. Right through. There was an airport there. It's just, basically, it's not a big airport, but it was one that did get. Oh, there were several. That tornado, Joliet, Mount Joliet. But that's only like 50 miles, half mile wide. Yeah.
I finished when you were looking at someone late last night.
Oh, glad I made it. We got a baby at 7:36 this morning.
Nice.
Do you really?
Yeah. I haven't been asleep
I
tonight.
come in there and the doors were locked. I figured they was home.
Did you say you had another one?
Yeah, at 7:36.
Congratulations,
Thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Now I gotta feed them, so I gotta keep coming to these bit of them.
You get a boy or a girl?
Pencil, you know.
Yeah.
You got a boy or a girl?
Boy. Yeah.
You got 2 boys now?
So I'll at least have 2 workers.
Yeah.
Another
Nah, don't kill on
16
that.
years.
Free labor, is that what you're counting on?
Yeah. Hopefully.
How many children?
2 that can't quit me at least.
How many children does that make?
2.
It's a
5 and a.
You know, when you get to the point, they are under prevailing wage requirements, just to let you know that.
Now, I don't know how that works because lately the jobs I've been doing, they require me to claim myself on prevailing wage.
If you work for yourself?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, they said that the law changed.
Well, I thought if family, you didn't have to pay them prevailing wage. I know at one time, because I forced labor a couple of mine.
Yeah. So the first year, I just worked for Mount Vernon and the city of Jackson, and both of those jobs, they required me to claim myself.
Claim yourself, but pay yourself.
Because I usually just didn't, so it saved me on payroll taxes.
Well, now you're eligible for unemployment though under this new declaration, you know, since you paid yourself.
Yeah. Am I the only one that is not understanding how that works? If people are like bartenders or waitresses or something like that, so their minimum wage is not what the minimum wage is. It's what, $2-3 an hour?
It's usually half.
So if that's all that, you know, prevailing wage is paid by the employer based on a percentage of the wage.
Prevailing wage?
I mean,
The reporting wage.
Probably towards 60.
Sorry, what was I gonna say? The unemployment is paid in as a percentage of the wage by the employer.
Unemployment is based upon the first, and don't quote me on this, but the first like $10,000 of salary, wages you pay an employee, you pay unemployment on that. Once you exceed that amount, there's no unemployment paid. And you have state and federal unemployment, if you're aware of that. But it's on the first X amount of salary or wages that's paid.
Yeah, we're sitting here.
So it's not based on the pay rate or anything like that.
It's not affected anyway right now.
Because I pay unemployment on myself, along with several other employees. Again, it's based upon that first, up to like 10,000, and I'm just saying that you pay unemployment on everyone up to that point. Once their wages have exceeded that, you no longer are responsible for paying unemployment on that person. Now, what you're asking.
I thought that their benefits per week would be much less than.
I understand what you're saying, but it's
So-
based upon the yearly. I don't know whether they break it down by the week earnings or not.
I thought it was paid by the employer.
Well, the employer pays unemployment, and typically that's charged against the employer, but in this case, it's not going to be charged. Because I just basically laid off some of my dental office. A couple of them are unemployed. Typically, if they collect unemployment, it's charged to the employer. You actually have an account as an employer, and it's tracked by that employer ID number, if everyone has it.
Right.
And there's a certain balance in that.
Yeah, because they always send me a letter if so-and-so's drawing off
That's
our
right.
account.
They'll charge that against your account.
And
But
the
in this
more
case-
that's used, is it,
Pardon?
the more that your account's used, do they charge you more?
The higher the premium. Yes,
Right,
sir.
that's what I
It's
thought.
called experience rate. It's like a worker's comp, but yes. Yes, absolutely.
So somebody who's technically on the books making $3 or $4 an hour, their unemployment payment is not gonna be the same as somebody, say, working prevailing wage construction and bringing home 1,500, right?
That is correct.
Because Ohio's maximum rate, I think, is what, like $4.25?
That's correct. Yeah, you max out at a certain amount.
So are those people, I mean, are they getting $50?
I couldn't answer that question.
Cause I knew they brought that up, like that was really gonna help people.
Well, waitressing, anybody collects tips, the minimum wage is basically half of what it is for everyone else.
I've got 20 more relatives.
Well, the tips wouldn't be paid by the
I
employer.
assume, well, they're supposed to claim those tips, Josh.
Right, at tax time, they pay income tax on those
Don't
tips.
they do 8% of what the total sales is?
They did because nobody was claiming, and Harold is correct.
Okay.
They actually attribute a certain amount of sales toward that amount of tips now, and I don't know what it is, Harold.
Last I knew it was 8%.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could have changed.
But there is definitely a difference in your unemployment pay based upon your pay rate.
Now, as far as you're concerned, Brett, none of this, I mean, we're gonna still be able to do these projects, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem.
You're probably
Sort of
gonna see
together,
a bunch
shutting
of-
everything down, I definitely.
You're probably gonna see a bunch of stimulus money flowing our way in about 6 months.
We're ready. Where it's coming from, they're gonna say.
It's gonna be coming from borrowing.
We need more of that.
They got a printer. They can keep banking.
We better have a couple after this. Yes. For a lot of ink.
Counting on the Chinese to buy bonds. That's the real.
They ought to. They let this out.
That's the real stumbling block, if and when they ever decide not to. That's a real problem again.
If we were to let something like that out, the whole world would be a little.
You ever seen an open food market?
Yeah.
We didn't make out too well in the stimulus last time. Now, I should say from transportation, I think we got $400,000, but I think there was only 3 counties that got 9. The rest of the money, the state came in, it all went to ODOT projects.
88 counties, only 3 got money.
3 counties here got money, the rest of it went to ODOT. ODOT spent money in those counties on their paving projects or whatever, so. And Nelsonville bypass was the largest project in the country, funded by stimulus money. So Ohio took a big part of their stimulus money, and that's how they completed the Nelsonville bypass. I'd like to have about $3 million. I'd like to do whatever I want.
Okay, folks, it is 11:30 as advertised, and we have a bid opening
Phyllis, no bids?
for improved.
You have no bids?
No bids, we'll accept no bids beyond this point, proceed to open. First bid is CLR Excavating LLC, Tyler Sawyers. And bid price is $91,334, 91334. Next is High Tech Electrical, Washington Courthouse. Note there is a cashier's check. And we have a bid amount, $89,377, 89377. Next bid is wall construction, and we have bid amount $81,725, 81725. That concludes the opening. We will turn these bids over to the county engineer for his review and recommendation. And it is, and we thank you each for participating.
Kim?
Yeah.
Could you come here, please? I have something for you guys might be interested in too. I got this one, but I need to check it.
Okay.
I see one, I got an email. Peggy across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put something on your desk. I received an email, little FYI.
Oh, sorry. Little bit of power struggle. A bit of a power struggle.
Chief Justice.
The, New York is interesting with the mayor of New York City and Blasio and Cuomo. Blasio says he's going to shelter in place the whole city, and Cuomo lets him know that he don't have that authority that he used to. Oh, my.
I saw the breakdown hospital ship in it.
They've been going at it for 2 or 3 days.
Well, this one I've kind of heard, and of course, they're getting perturbed because they're not getting their stuff. Oh, well.
Okay, we got, I seen the email, we're gonna have lunch here today.
I saw that, almost saying.
Yes,
You know, I'm getting pretty good at socially distancing.
I'm not.
Well, it's called napping in the old style, so I go home and lay on the couch.
the downside is that you're up bright and earlier.
Actually, you know, I'm taking good naps. I've worked in both evenings. I sleep pretty good.
Yeah, let's go into executive session.
I move we go into executive session and discuss
Personnel.
personnel.
At 11:34, David?
Yes.
Brent? Harold?
Yes.
Oh.
Complaints, payment plans,
Uh,
questions. If our tax collection closed 2 weeks ago, on bond bid, our tax collections.
Maybe there's more that I don't know about.
Does anyone really know anything? I know that the Chinese UFOs have the biggest without shooting a bullet.
I kind of want to know as much as this is cost businesses and everybody else. If they would say, you know what, we'll do that again before it closes and shut it down. Would it be cheaper?
Most of mine.
I'm just saying, but, what does it cost? So, you know, you look at everything that's shut down. Even the stimulus, like I know that I'm not getting these no interest lines or low interest lines.
Yeah, okay.
Bag of small business lines. I don't know.
Well, I'm not if you get a check, you get them.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. We're the ones that, I will say this, I think that, such says that, right now, you got some cash, you could come through buying some stock there. I bought some yesterday. Some on marathon, I mean, it's excellent, about 40% of what it was 6 months ago. Marathon, that's not fifth what it was 6 months ago. And the difference is, you know, it's not typically, there's something that you know that they're doing, but you know, they're still doing it about 9%. Obviously, when it takes it good, you know, they definitely get close to getting shot, you know,
They'll be back in 6 months.
they'd be back in 6 months, and I said, oil right now, no, not hard. It, oil was down like $20, like $3 or something.
2002 lows.
Well, Saudi Arabia and Russia is called. If it wasn't for that, it was just crying like, we wouldn't be quite that bad. Because of, I said, think about how cheap gas prices are. There's a, I heard Jackson Pike, we get $1.60. subsidized taxes. So it's just over $1, $1.02 a gallon. So on Chillicothe County, it's like $1.40. So it's 90 cents a gallon up there then right now, really without the taxes. That's crazy. It's Gallia County, right? I mean, Chillicothe County. I think that's the place I think the next one. Well, I went up there and I told everybody. I told them what I was going to do. That's what I'm doing. I told them what I'm going to do. I said, this is goodbye right now. Crazy. I got other stuff I'm doing. I'm gonna sit down.
If you sell something crazy,
Oh, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know if it's out there today, but they were showing me. There was me last night. I didn't know if it's coming today or not. Like they said, it was.
what's the Dow Jones today?
What's that, 500? That's good.
Apple stock.
Here a second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just, and Merrill was the same way. I mean, we treated that man very well. But it didn't matter. It was never gonna be enough. That's the same way with that one up there. I told him, I mean, we did all kinds of things extra for him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I agree on.
Just saying.
That's all.
That's right. I said, I thought we had to do something. It's okay. Look at it. But you know, another thing about the airlines. Is the airlines. To the biggest airlines out there. They've been taking all their money that they've been for the last years and going back to on the So now, they have no money. They're in a bad way. Yeah, and they're in a bad way. They're in a bad way. And guess what? They could have, but they chose to do various other routes. You know, part of the thing is, they're just good thought out.
I don't know if the stocks are going up. I'll tell you. Taking your advice here.
Probably getting low end.
So you're still on check. Shortly, thank you. And if you want to do that, we'll make it for you. Mail or bank, but you know, if they need a tax bill, because that's gonna happen. Or if they have a problem with their tax.
It's just gonna be inconvenient. We'll print a lot of tax bills for people, we know that. They wanna come to the front door will call us, we'll come and get them.
I think my tax bill's too high here. I don't even think.
You got luck and good luck.
Good luck. There's a lot of spring breakers in Florida. We can see if he wants to go.
Okay, Larry?
You probably come out there. Yeah, because here's the thing. With this stuff, I've gotten 3 different attorneys' opinions on the same thing.
Really?
Corsa attorney, Bricker and Eckler labor attorney, and then Eric Wiles and whatever that one is. 3 different opinions.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, damn, y'all need to get your shit together.
Yeah.
So I emailed them all back and said, here, said, you know, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. I can't even get a single answer.
Or get at least a consensus.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, it'll be interesting what happens in the next few months.
Do you want to text, do you want me to text John?
Yeah. Sure, that one thing.
An Apple
They kept to invest in was the company that's making the vaccine.
Wow.
It just happened to be the one.
I'm gonna tell you about this biotech company. I was in an investment group one time, and we were buying all these biotech companies. And I remember the two companies, two of the companies specifically. Back then, it was only like buy or something.
I just texted John. Cause
3 different AIDS drugs. We had to look at that. We had to raise with them. And they were all instinctually caused. So you're thinking, oh, man, we have to think yes, I mean, this could be a gold mine. So guess what? I come back, the trials didn't work out. I mean, you know, you couldn't get it. I mean, it wouldn't have been it. So you could get them away, you know.
All right, see ya.
What do you think, Steve? We're on camera.
I understand. Smile. Show your hair.
Wow, you're on candy king.
We all had some good comments.
That would be one thing I would like to see us doing.
Oh, I have it.
All the time, and yes, it's for public